I pushed the record button, so we're totally recording now. That's the way things work.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the way we do it.
Yep. So, here we are again. Uh, this is our Kindred Factions of El Paso. As we see, nothing's changed since last time. We've got all of our Prince James guys. This dude is not part of that. The Sammy Grunge, who you guys have still not met or discussed or anything yet, so he's all been completely off table. And Goldman's guys with the La Sombra, the Toreador, who are, the Toreador are there now, so that sucks. Uh, Baron Vincent. Oh, I got the Malkavians on there, and they are not anymore, so I'll move them later. You guys have removed the entire Malkavian clan from Baron Vincent and brought them into the Camarilla with Prince James. So, yay! Clap! Give yourself a
Yeah,
pat on
except
the back.
Jessica's not pleased about the blood bond that it was just made when she just got rid of a blood bond. So yeah, she's not happy about that. But
That's the way the Camarilla works. And then we got the Rat King, who's also trying to become prince, and pretty much just the Nosferatu are on his side. Not even all of them. As you can see down here, we got Sammy Grunch, and then we've got Baron Valentina's shit, and she's really not interested in any of this crap. She thinks everybody is being stupid. Okay. Jimmy's still not here yet? We will go on without him. On to our recap page. Glasses on. Excuse me. Even the immortal kindred don't last forever. Sunlight, fire, decapitation. There are ways to destroy them. The spines of the cactus, in their 21 years of unlife, have experienced more horror than most kindred twice their age. From the cold-blooded murder of a stripper behind Noche Vita, to being trapped in an RV trailer while their friend's hand was cut off, and to the torture of Craig and the rescue of Emily. What they haven't experienced so far is the true loss of someone close to them. But death comes for everyone, even the monsters of the night, and this is the story of how the spines of the cactus were forced to learn that the dead can die again, that they do die again, that the final death is indeed something to fear. The night is a dangerous place with enemies in every shadow. Sometimes they even look like friends. Nowhere is safe. Danger is all around you. War has fallen on the kindred of El Paso, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time. The Second Inquisition is seething at the loss of its agents. Faith hunters have been tracking kindred for months. The Sabbat is out there somewhere. Antoine Salazar still wants Craig. Archbishop Felix Zambada Valdez has been organizing the Sabbat, and according to the Prince of Mexico City, Rodrigo is still pulling their strings. In addition, lupine activity has started to surge again, though for the most part, they've stayed out of kindred business. But wolves will be wolves, and eventually their business will clash with kindred business. It always does. So no, this was not a good time for the clans to go to war. But war was inevitable, and now the best thing to do is to bring it to a swift end. The Malkavians are now recognized in James' faction of the Camarilla, and Aaron Hopkins was made their primogeny. At a cost. He had to bond himself as Prince James's thrall. Not even free for 24 hours, but he does seem satisfied with the cost he had to pay for his acceptance. Goldman and Vincent are both aware of the possibility of Rodrigo's return and the imminent attack on the city by Sabbat forces, and in private, both showed an interest in putting the war nonsense behind them so they could cooperate and secure the city. Vincent even told Hector that he would call on the spines of the cactus to assist in a meeting, so that there was someone acting from neutral ground to help facilitate it. But so far, there has been nothing from him. It's the next night now. The spines of the cactus are dealing with a potential attack that can come from anywhere. A Sabbat elder far older than any of those struggling to become prince of the city, and there is still a pack of werewolves out there that likes to smoke in the park and kill humans for playing their music too loud. The good news is Bright's emergency order of silver came in today. Express shipped from Amazon. Even he knows the safety it gives is an illusion, but it will come in handy if it has to. But tonight, we open on a different scene. While the spines of the cactus decide what to do next, another kindred loses his touchstone. So, what we have, I have several characters that I am going to hand out to you guys, and we're going to play a scene that doesn't have any of your characters in it. So, we've got, let me pull up my page. We have got, to start with, well, I wrote a little thing. Let me read that. Several of the kindred that you all will be playing tonight are keeping a secret that may guide their dialogue and actions tonight as you step into their shoes. If your character has a secret, it is something you must keep a secret from the other players. Spoiling this secret, that's a lot of secrets, is a huge spoiler for the other players. But I am allowing each of you to know a small piece of this puzzle as it comes together. Keep your piece secret until the events of the story reveal it. This is a lesson in roleplay as well as an experiment in audience participation. The events of this scene may have far-reaching consequences to the city and to the war. So, the parts that we have to hand out. And I'm going to organize them by importance of their secret. So if you feel like you will have difficulty keeping their secret from the other players, then you should play these, the first ones on the list. The very first one on the list is Prince Goldman. He doesn't have much of a
So
secret.
the first. Okay, that
Yeah,
was my
he
question.
doesn't have much of a secret. He did, but it's kind of over now, and that's what the whole situation is about. Does anybody want to play Prince Goldman in this scene? If there's no volunteers, I will assign.
I could.
Okay.
All right. Should we all roll for who gets to play Prince Goldman? The lowest one gets him.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay, I said
send
I
it to you.
would.
Cool. I got it.
Oh, you will?
Okay. I'm gonna
You're
send
gonna
it to
share
you.
it on Roll20?
I'm gonna share it in Discord onto your personal thing so that nobody else sees it. I'll send it in a private message.
Got it.
Message MT Chapin. I don't really like the way that looks. Can I pull you up from a different place? Okay, there. Prince Goldman. There we go. The next character we have by least importance of secret is going to be the youngest kindred in this room. His name is Benny, and he is kind of the Ventru's like gopher guy. Who wants to play Benny?
I'll play Benny.
Okay.
Benny and the Jets.
The Wind Rider. And I will send you Benny's information. There we go. All right, who's next in the level of that would be Sheriff Isaac. Who wants to play Sheriff Isaac? No volunteers? Okay, let's roll dice.
Alright, hang on, let me get back to my thing. Who's Isaac?
He's Goldman's sheriff. I don't think you guys have actually met him. Well, I mean, he was in the room with Jack the other day. He said a couple of lines. For the most part,
Are all the
everybody didn't
captains
talk
dudes?
as much as they should have because I was playing everybody, and that gets tough on me. So, who's gonna sheriff? Roll dice, and whoever gets the lowest one is Sheriff Isaac. If you guys can't decide.
Can you roll for me, please? Because I don't have access to roll 20 yet.
Okay.
I'm like 5-10 minutes out from that.
Let me see. Let's roll a die. Nobody rolled a die? Yeah, you guys did. 6, 7, and 10. So, Janina.
It looks like I'm the sheriff.
Yep, you're the sheriff. So,
You're the
let's,
sheriff of the
copy
park.
that and send it to Janina. Have I never direct messaged you before? Through
Nope.
this? I guess not, because I usually send it to you. Alright, let me send it
Because
through
it's like,
Facebook.
yeah. We don't have lots of secret conversations.
No, and the ones we do have are on Facebook Messenger, so I'll send it that way.
Yeah,
Sure.
Facebook is no secret.
If it'll open. Computer's doing too many things. Yes, now connect there. Come on. You can do it, computer. I believe in you. You can do it. We're so lucky we aren't running a green screen at the same time.
You could put it in the Discord things and just we won't look at each other's things. Like you know how we all have our own channel.
Yeah. I got it. Here.
Do I need to
And
message you in Discord so you know how to respond?
No, I got it. I sent it to you in here. Did it work?
Okay.
There.
Yep.
There we go. Okay. And who's next? Who do we still have not done?
I
Serious
don't
Jest
have
and
one.
Win?
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is Cynthia Villarreal, Primogen of the Toreador clan.
Okay, I'll be her.
Okay. I probably don't have yours either. I'll send you also through Facebook.
Okay.
I probably also never sent you a personal Discord message.
I don't think so, because you have to text me to be like, look at your Discord.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all you have to do to send that personal message in Discord is just go to one of the group chats where she spoke, click on her name, and do it that way.
Yeah, but it was tiny and it didn't give me the full window, so I didn't see how it looked before I sent it.
Gotcha.
Okay. And that leaves Serious Jest.
I get the big secret.
You get the
I'm
big
a secret keeper.
Eric
Yes,
I'm
big-
Masters.
mysterious.
Eric Masters.
I get McMasters, the doofy looking dude.
Yep, this is the guy that got you guys your surveillance van. This is the guy that took Jack to go see Goldman the other day. This is the guy that Jack thinks already knows that Rodrigo is still alive, just because of his lack of reaction. And
Goofy
now
looking dude.
you will know. He's a goofy looking dude. And now you will know his secrets. Okay.
Oh my.
And now I will know him to be the true Goofy.
The true Goofy. Okay. Now everybody
He is
has
Goofy,
their
the
secrets.
Disney character.
All right. Jinmi's missing out of a fun experiment. Okay, so let's move us over here to the Ventru boardroom.
Mystery party.
Okay. I'll give you guys all time so that you can you know, read your information. Jinmi's air conditioner is on.
Sorry, I
hold
walked
on.
underneath my air conditioner
Oh, was it?
because this is
Oh, is it you?
yeah, this is when my youngest, yeah, it was me.
Oh, okay.
So when my youngest is asking for me is when we're doing a thing, right? Where is it?
No, it's Jinmi.
Okay.
I see his name lighting up in time with it. Jinmi, do you have the what was it? The noise canceling thing that Jack showed us last time?
Yeah, it's on, but I
Okay.
guess it's because like the AC is literally right behind me,
Okay.
so that probably.
We'll deal with it.
Oh wait, no,
It's not that loud. We could deal with it.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Okay.
Oh,
When
I thought
everybody's
you meant
ready,
the
let me know.
popper.
I'm
Oh
ready.
I
wait,
think I got it.
I just got in. What? I just heard your information.
I'm still working on mine,
Okay.
but
No, we'll let everybody catch up. So what's going on
okay.
is I passed out character information to everybody, and we're going to run an NPC scene. Except for you, because you
It's
weren't here
all
in Light 1.
NPCs.
Yeah. All NPCs. It's like
Holding in
it's like when you're reading a book or watching a movie and they give you a scene from, that doesn't have any of your protagonists in it to help the audience understand other aspects of the plot moving. Yeah. So that's what's happening.
This is a fun little plot twist. I like mine.
Mm-hmm. Who are you? I don't remember. Sheriff Isaac?
Yeah.
Okay. And I invented Benny Price today. So, say hello to Benny.
Hi, Benny.
Hi, everybody.
We needed some like low-level Ventru to exist. So, now we have one.
That way you can kill him.
Yeah, that way I can kill him. Especially if you guys all like him. Once you meet him, then yeah, he's gonna
It's like
get
we really like Benny. Oh, Benny's
Well,
gone.
maybe we'll like him on purpose, just so you don't kill any of the other ones we like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretend to hate Benny.
Try to trick me. Yep. Okay. Everybody ready? So,
All right.
you guys are having a meeting, except for Benny. And during this meeting where you're just discussing, basically how much you hate everybody else and, normal vampire crap. Like, I hate that guy, but I don't want to talk about it because then you'll know how I'm feeling. So they're just doing like normal vampire stupid shit. And then the door opens and Benny Price comes in and he is carrying a body. First, I will bring up the word body to the to the map layer. Body. Then I will bring up the body.
The ultimate blank body.
This is the body of Valerie Birkenshire. Most of you know who she was. She was a close confidant of Prince Goldman and was responsible for a lot of his trading empire, his stock trading empire. She's had her neck sliced open, and then it looks like a knife was stabbed into her forehead.
Oh, this is Milo's victim, isn't it?
Yep.
This is Milo's victim.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. I'm not in this scene. You guys are on your own. Benny comes in and he lays her down on the table.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
Goldman stands up. He doesn't conceal his expression. Steps over and just stares for a good second, not saying anything.
What is his expression?
It's a mix of sorrow and fury. But he's just silent at first. His hands trembling in rage.
Hmm.
Can you repeat again who we know her?
How you know her? She works with
Like
Goldman.
who is? She works with Goldman. Okay.
She is a close confidant of Goldman's on more than just a business level, also on a personal level. But she was
Okay.
human, is the way
Mhm.
you understand it. She was human.
By the way, Eric is aligned with who?
Goldman.
Is
Everybody in
he?
this room is part of Goldman's court,
Oh, okay.
except for Benny, who's, I mean, I
His
guess he's part of
Eric's
Goldman's
title is
court. He
known
just
to
doesn't
everybody,
hold
right?
a title. Yeah. Eric
But
is
what does
the
herald mean?
herald of he's the prince's voice, so that he
Hmm.
can go out in the city and act with the prince's authority.
you're like the PR department.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mr. Price, who did this?
There is no evidence or who did it. It
You
just
still have the rose.
body.
It's up to you if you want to put it out.
Well, Benny would put it out there to try and like give all the information he can.
Okay.
But he's just trying to focus and do his job and make sure he's
So he lays
best
a
gopher as
black
possible.
rose on the table.
Does a black rose mean anything to me?
The rose itself has been, not only is it the symbol of the Toreador clan, but Prince James practically abuses that symbol. He puts it on everything. I mean, his last Watchman coterie was the Thorns of the Rose. He uses it constantly, and you have heard that that when he needed to make a public, when he needed to make an assassination and know that, and have them know it was him that caused it, he has left a black rose. So all signs
Cynthia?
point to Prince James on purpose. Like he wouldn't be hiding it at all. That's like a calling card that I did this. Now what are you going to do about it?
Cynthia? Had you heard any news of something like this coming to pass for your people in the Toreador?
What do
Cynthia,
you mean?
you're part of Prince James's clan, is what he's saying. Have you heard anything about this?
Oh.
No, you don't know shit. You mean you can say whatever you want, but no, you don't know shit.
No. No. I mean, obviously this was ordered by him, but I have no knowledge of any of it.
Okay. All right.
Um.
Sheriff Isaac, what
Yes.
is our current force stance of all of our soldiers?
You have about 15 and about 40 or 50 ghouls or so.
This upsets me as much as you, but I would urge caution.
Oh, you urge caution, do you?
You know that Rodrigo's back in town. This could be his doing.
It's possible. Eric, Timothy, what of you? You think this is Rodrigo, or do you think this was Prince James, as he calls
It's
it?
Prince James's calling card, Timothy Hale says. But that, that doesn't mean it was him. Everybody knows that's his calling card. How hard is it to get a black rose? Is it something we could track?
The way of the death is similar to others, though, that Prince James has commanded. I think
My
it's pretty
prince.
evident it was him.
My prince. While I do not think that this is something we should put past Prince James, and we should definitely keep that as a strong possibility. I share Miss Villarreal's concern that this is an easy setup. We don't know where it's coming from. They're saying this could have come from anybody. It could have come from Vincent, even. It could have come from, I guess, if Rodrigo is lurking around, he could have set this up as well. It could also come from Prince James. So I would urge caution in keeping my mind open so that we don't strike at the wrong person, and we're careful about directing our energy.
Jack, roll me 7 dice as a willpower check to test as he is trying to contain his fury frenzy. Let's see.
One. Well, D20s.
Yeah,
my bad.
roll 10s.
Yeah, sorry. Let's try this again. All right, ignore those first two.
Okay, there we go.
5, 6.
You got 4.
I think that's 4.
Okay. You've got it under control, but it's it's still hard.
Yeah. You
guys can all see that he is trying to resist a fury frenzy. That could
speak
be what,
wisely to temper my
whoever
rage.
did this, could be their goal, is to send him to frenzy.
Benny backs kind of politely backs away and out of smashing range.
That's a good idea, Benny.
All right. Well, I guess we have a few matters to deal with. Eric.
Yes, my friend.
Go with Cynthia, please, to parlay with Prince James. Speak with him one-on-one regarding this matter. In addition, I want you and Timothy help with this. Get the spines of the cactus here now. I want them to do their job. I want them to find out who did this. Jack's been a Ventru. Let him have his flexibility. But right now, I need him to respect the loyalty to his clan. Figure out who this is. And if it's Rodrigo, I'm sure they'll love it. But I want it done now. He slams on the table and then throws a chair against the window and it cracks. Tempers his rage just slightly. I said now, get going!
Yes, my prince. Timothy Hale is out the door. That's a good place to end the scene. We can end it there. Unless anybody has anything else they want to say.
I'd say, Benny, very diligently takes the chair back and sets it in its proper position and then backs out of the room.
So Isaac is looking a little more distraught.
Hold on. Before Benny, I grab him by the shirt collar and pull him up towards me. You think I don't have exactly the way I want it right now? Get out! And then throws him towards the door.
Nice.
And then like takes another chair and like throws it towards the doorway as after he goes out.
Yeah, Benny gets the hell out of there.
Yeah, everybody gets the hell out of there, I think. And we leave Prince Goldman to the body on the table, and everybody's wondering why this almost broke him. Or maybe even did break him. Okay. Thank you, everybody. That was fun.
Yeah, it was good fun.
Okay. Where is the Spines of the Cactus meeting tonight so that they can discuss what their next move is and, plus wait for Vincent's call? In the motel, in the bar, at Jack's house. You guys tell me.
What's our latest hangout?
I think it's been the motel lately.
We don't.
Yeah, definitely not my house.
Yeah.
Yeah, the motel's fine.
Okay.
The motel
Then you
sounds
guys
just
are
really
at
honest.
the
Yeah.
hotel room. If there's anybody in here, I'll delete them. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in here. Let me delete them all. Why don't I just throw you outside the motel room? I don't think there's anybody in that scene.
Same crew.
Oh, everybody's here again? All right, then. I'll
Eric.
delete them. Bye, Dragos, and Melissa, and Dr. Walter Triton, and me. Oops, I took out the thing with it. Oops. I'll fix it later. Let's go back to the motel room. I forgot that I would delete that too. Okay. You guys can, talk, and I'll delete stuff.
Does Dragos have a beard now?
No.
Because he didn't have a beard last time.
Yeah, he does have a beard now, yes. It was that first day he didn't have a beard, because instead he looked like the Joker. Deleting all these people one at a time so I don't delete the background picture. Okay, well, yeah, you guys are all here and you're trying to decide, what your next step is. Your information is that the Sabbat are putting together a fucking shovelhead soldiers. Then you've got this whole war going on with the different clans, which hopefully you've convinced some people to
Step back up,
talk
back
about
away
it.
from it.
Yeah, to at least parlay. All right, there we are. Empty room. It's just you guys.
I'd say Bright's probably finishing up his preparations for his probably ultimately fruitless special ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
But he's feeling good. It's a nice security blanket.
Yeah. Yeah, and he knows that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope I don't have to use this shit, but it makes me feel better. Yeah.
So basically, duck and cover.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And whoever's last of you, arrives, and now you're all here. Go.
Well, have we heard anything about? I guess I would ask, how did the interaction with Prince James go last night?
Hello?
Hello?
Jessica?
Hello?
Now I hear you.
Testing?
Hear you.
Testing?
Hear
Yes.
you.
Yeah, we
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello. It went well. I don't like how it happened, but Aaron is with James and not Dragos.
Okay. Well, the Rat King situation went decently, I guess you could say. Uh, it's hard to read him, but he seemed pretty surprised by Rigo information and seems pretty likely that he'll get in line by comes out on top among between Goldman and James. Hopefully, at least. Hector, what about the Anarchs? What about?
I spoke to Vincent last
Yeah.
night, and actually went a lot. It went pretty well. I mean, he actually seemed kind of reasonable. Again, the threat of the Sabbat rolling into our territories is something that makes him open to potentially calling a truce and maybe even leaving James in place as Prince until we settle this situation. It's going to require some kind of parlay because there's a lot of distrust between him and Goldman. But it seems like he told me he's going to reach out and try to set up a parlay and then also reach out to us and let us know in advance, because then we can be present to kind of mediate or facilitate, make sure it doesn't get out of hand, and it stays basically with, on the subject of trying to figure out how to deal with the Sabbat threat, because I think he agrees right now where we're at, we can't afford to be infighting when there's the outside threat.
Yeah. I'd hate to be in a room with all of the leaders getting each other, but I'd even more hate to be anywhere in this city in an all-out war. So that's good.
Who did you,
Any other news?
Jack? Who did you have Goldman tell to call you guys?
Who does I have gold?
Goldman told
Yeah,
someone to
It
call
was
you
both.
guys.
He
It was
said
the
it to.
sheriff and the Primogen, Timothy Hale and Isaac.
Okay.
I thought it was actually Masters and Timothy Hale. I thought, like, what I heard was, I thought you directed it at me and told me to, unless I heard that wrong. I thought you directed it at Masters, meaning me.
What I said was,
to
I
work
said
with
for,
Hale.
I told Timothy Hale as my herald and Cynthia as the Primogen of the
Yeah.
Toreador to both go to James on my behalf,
Yeah,
because I wanted to talk to
okay.
him
Yeah, you sent the
one on
Herald
one.
and the Toreador Primogen to go talk to James. So that's where
Yeah.
Eric Masters and Cynthia Villarreal went. So then that would have been Timothy Hale, the Primogen of the Ventru clan, and Isaac, that Sheriff Isaac, that would be calling you guys. So yeah, Jack's getting a phone call.
Hold on, let me take this. Hello?
This is Isaac. Is this
Hey.
Jack? He
Yeah.
sounds like he hasn't had a lot of phone conversations when you talk to him on the phone. Like he doesn't feel comfortable talking on the phone.
What's going on? Normally you send some kind of message.
Goldman needs to talk to you guys. All of you guys, just come on down to the bank.
All of us right now?
Yep, all of you.
Oh,
He's got a job for you, but yeah, be on your best behavior. He is not in a happy mood. Best behavior, study some etiquette. Don't step on anybody's toes. Best behavior. Okay, bye. He hangs up.
okay. Goldman wants all of us to go to the Ventru, like to the bank right now.
The last time Goldman wanted all of you guys to go somewhere, it was for a trial.
He says he has that was Isaac. He says that they have a job for us. But gave no details except that Goldman is about something.
Is it a job to
Be on
defend
our
our
behavior.
Is it a job to defend our innocence or something?
No, I don't think so. He would have framed it that way.
Does Mila have any information on any of it?
On what?
Or I
Mila knew
guess
who she killed.
because if Mila's the one that killed her, so she's gonna know whatever
Oh
she
yeah.
knows.
Uh-huh.
So was it Prince James that asked her?
Yes. Prince
Okay.
James asked her to make that kill. Yes. It's not the first kill
damn.
she has made for Prince James either.
Oh no, I know. I don't know the clown or whatever we're called. Coterie doesn't know.
Oh no, the
about
coterie
that.
doesn't know. Uh-uh.
Does she realize who she was to Goldman at least to an extent, or
Nope.
no? Probably.
If Prince James knew, then he didn't say. You just were given a target.
Okay. Okay. So she might not be aware that that's what it is yet. Okay.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Well, Hector's thinking, not allowed yet, but his immediate reaction is going to be, is this potentially a trap? And he would have thought back to exactly that. Last time Goldman tried to summon them, it was to kill him. But now we've been at this for 20 years functioning in this local society.
Right.
And so I guess my question is, would the spines feel comfortable? How comfortable do we feel just based on who we are and what we mean to the community that Goldman wouldn't violate that and make some kind of crazy move on his own?
If Goldman has found out that you guys are actually trying to support James and still claiming your neutrality, he might be really pissed. So, yeah, I mean, that could be to remove you. Also, he could have information on the Sabbat or on the Lupines and be wanting to share that. He could be summoning you because it's the easiest way for Jack to get there and try to embarrass Jack in front of his coterie to, do stuff. But Jack sounds like he was in a good place with Goldman last night.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
I was about
that
to
was just the
say.
night.
To him yesterday, he seemed to be very supportive of us. Obviously, wanted us to work for him, but
most of the money, the actual money that you guys earn as a coterie that you're being paid, is coming from him. All three, Prince James,
want to just get rid of us.
Prince James, Goldman, who wasn't Prince at the time, and Baron Vincent, we're all working together to put your coterie together. And he has not tried to lay claim to you. He has tried to allow you guys to remain neutral so that somebody is still watching for the dangers of the Kindred while they deal with Kindred politics without you. So he has been pretty pretty solid in that regard. So maybe I'd put it at a 50-50, maybe leaning a little bit more towards safe than unsafe. 60-40 safe.
Does James know that we are working on his behalf to try to keep him in power?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess Hector would add, I think we kind of have to go, but maybe we should let James know that we're being summoned over there in case something goes left, and then we didn't just disappear off the map somewhere.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Because if we do disappear, then my guess is it has something to do with him finding out that we haven't been as neutral as we've been pretending to be.
You haven't done very much versus Goldman other than just, not being neutral. It is against Vincent that you guys actually stole away the Malkavian clan. Okay. He's the one who's going to be more pissed off.
Although it could piss Goldman off theoretically that we've
it definitely could.
Pulled somebody into.
That you're not doing your job and not remaining neutral and chose sides. And he could be calling you in to disband your coterie, or at least to remove his part of your support. There are all kinds
Right.
of reasons he could be calling you in, and not all of them are good. There's only one.
Right.
There's only like a 1% chance he's calling you in to be like, "You guys are doing a great job. Here's $1 million." So yeah, you probably shouldn't be expecting that one.
I'm hoping he has information on the impending shovelhead attack.
That might be what it is.
You guys would definitely be who he called, according to your job, if that were the case. So
I mean, if we decide not to go, do we have any like actual reason? I mean, if we decide not to go, do we have any like valid reason that we could give them for not going? I mean, it seems kind of me that it's just clear cut. Like, we don't have any outs except to go, or kind of like just do away with the whole neutrality thing.
Yeah.
No, you're right. I
do
mean, I
that
think
right now.
I mean,
we
we
have to
could
go.
split the
Yeah.
party in case there's an issue.
Everybody's talking at once. I didn't get like half of that.
No, I was saying we could split the party if we're really worried. I mean, we do have. I mean, one of us really should be looking into the see if there was any mass, mass stories of any mass missing people, and try to see where we can track down where the shovel heads are going to come from.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to just go see him.
Yeah.
If anyone else has anything they want to do beforehand,
Just let James know. I agree with that.
okay, how are you guys gonna let James know? What's your method for that?
On the way to stop and see him before, like on our way to Goldman, or no?
You could do that.
Yeah.
It's a different direction,
seems-
but the city's not that big. You'll still
This
be to
seems
Goldman in
reasonable.
an hour.
That seems fair.
I mean,
If you guys weren't all together at the motel at this time, it would take that long to put you together to go, even, so yeah.
Why not just go stop by him? Just like, hey, by the way, we're definitely just gonna call him and say, oh yeah, we're doing this. Easy as that would be.
which way's safer? Like, I mean, would it be safer? Would it be safe right now to stop by James when we're being summoned by Prince Goldman? Or wait, was it? That's the name, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't feel like
Goldman.
it'd be a problem.
Remember, don't call him Prince.
Well,
To their
thank you for
face,
reminding me
yeah.
of that.
We maintain neutrality and refer to all of them publicly as just themselves. Not their
Although it seems like
position.
we've been calling James Prince anyway,
Well, that's-
out of the public.
Yeah, closed doors is different, of course. But
Yeah.
we all know who would rather be in charge.
Right.
Anyway, why don't we just drive by? Just let them know, like, hey, we were being summoned to Goldman, just in case.
Okay.
How about,
On the way
how about
to
maybe we
James's
just
house. Okay, what's going on? Go
how
ahead.
about maybe we stop out in front and let Jack, like, not even do it. Don't go in the front door. Let Jack, just one of us, run in there and tell him real fast. Rather than if our whole entourage rolls in there, there could be somebody like a spy or something reporting back and saying, "Hey, this is what they did before they went."
Yeah, I mean, we could just literally leave it with, like, the secretary at the bottom of the hotel.
He's not at
or
the
wherever.
hotel.
You be the one, like, you be the only one that walks in to wherever he's at. There's no more hotel, right?
Well, I mean, the hotel still exists. He's just not staying there.
What did he
Yeah.
switch to? He didn't switch to a different
His
hotel?
house. He switched to a house.
Oh.
It has
Okay.
become the city's party house. All of the
Got it.
university co-eds are going there every night. It is the
Oh,
party
gosh.
house.
He's in a frat house. That's okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
You
All
guys
right,
are
well,
now
yeah, I would
parked
just.
in your car
It's
outside
Ivy.
of James's house. None of these people are here.
Yeah.
Deleting people again.
I'll just run up and knock, I suppose.
Okay. There's a party going
Wouldn't it
on.
be better to send Mila? Oh,
Oh, is it? Then I'll just
I mean,
go and look around,
Mila
see
can
if I can
The
turn-
find
party
them.
isn't very loud yet. It's still early. But, you know, there's music playing. So, who's going to go?
I think it's plan for me to just run in real quick.
Okay. All right. You run inside?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to follow on the stairs. No. Okay. So, you get inside, and there's kind of a party like going on not in the main hall, like over on the side of the house, and there's actually a couple of guards here in the main hall. They look the same as the guards that were at the hotel. Black suits. They got a sidearm pistol.
Can you direct me to where James is?
Oh, sorry, Mr. Jack. Prince James is occupied. Something's happened. Something important happened, and what title does he use? The Herald of Prince Goldman, and then also Miss Cynthia Villarreal are here at Goldman's order to discuss something with him.
Okay.
I
Is
can
there
take
any
a
way I can just leave a
message,
message?
yeah, I
with?
can take a message for you. Yes, sir.
Just let him know that me and the spawns of the cactus were given a summons by Goldman earlier. We are going to that. Just wanted him to be aware.
Okay, I'll let him know, sir.
Thank you. I duck out, and as I go, just look up on like the second level wherever something is happening, and just think, what's going on? Maybe they're having peace talks finally.
Maybe.
And hop down the stairs.
Okay. Jack's back in the car.
All right. So Goldman sent not Hale, but he sent
Eric Masters.
as Harold and Cynthia over to talk to James for something. Don't know what.
Masters.
Masters, that's right.
Yeah, he's you
A little
guys'
strange,
friend
but
who got you the thing, and who you were a little bit surprised as you thought about his lack of surprise when you talked about Rodrigo.
but something's going on.
Interesting.
But anyway,
So
let's go to
Who's
the bank.
driving on the way to the bank? Probably Jack. Jack's the one who knows where the bank is.
Yeah, I've been there more times.
Yeah. The seat of Ventru power. I forgot what the name of the bank was. It was like Sun Bank or something.
SunTrust?
It was some
Light.
something.
Black Sun Bank.
Sun City
Ooh.
Bank.
This sounds like a vampire
It might
bank.
have just
Black
been
Sun
Sun
Bank.
City
Black
Bank.
Sun, yeah.
Okay. Well, it's Sun something.
Oh, that's the I'm not a vampire bank is Sun City
uh-huh.
Bank, right?
City Bank.
Yep.
Definitely not that bank.
Okay.
That's a perfect name.
All right. You guys get there about half an hour later from James's house. We're not at James's house anymore. Let's set it back up onto the Ventru boardroom.
So as we're just going through the lobby, I just, reiterate to everybody, Isaac was very particular that we, dot all our I's and P's. So just, I guess, be careful and just be very particular in what you say because you must not be in a good mood with whatever is going on. Don't want to make him mad. I hope he won't make us all wait like he did me last time. I had to wait for hours till they brought me in. Say I had to. I didn't, but they made me wait that long just to mess with me.
Okay. And you get to the elevator, and he has 2 guards standing at the elevator. Very similar to Prince James's guards. The spines of the cactus. Please head on up. Prince Goldman is waiting for you.
Well, he didn't
What kind of
make
lobby music is in the elevator?
I don't know.
Does it like
Eminem.
change on night shift? Sorry, I keep cutting you off, Milo.
No, you're fine.
No, I mean, it's not.
The Mother, I'm Not a Vampire bank track.
Yeah.
Lucy's dead.
I don't think so. I don't think Goldman would care to try
The
and put
last
anything. If you put the music from when he was alive, it would have somebody singing "Mary Had a Little Lamb." So
Quite
it's just the same generic elevator music as from during the day.
nice.
So it's it's peaceful. You're not in the elevator for very long. It's only a 4-story building. And you get up to the top. And there are 2 guards. They say, "Spines of the cactus," and they open the door to the room for you. And inside is an overturned table, a couple of standing wheelie chairs, a bunch of not standing wheelie chairs, a couple of cracked windows, and Prince Goldman looks angry. Also, looks like it was on the table before it was overturned, is the body of an old woman, 60s, 70s, white hair, purple suit, who Mila recognizes right away. Mila, make me a wits and subterfuge roll.
Okay. Oh gosh. None at
No
all.
pressure.
No whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Wit and subterfuge. I don't have subterfuge, but I have wit. I have composure.
All right, we'll do. I mean, it was a surprise. Is the reason I wasn't going with composure.
Okay.
I'm still not going to go with composure because this is. If
So
you had
I
any reason to be prepared for this, no, it was a shock. So, wits and subterfuge.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Damn it.
that ain't good.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so anybody who has 1 point in insight, which is probably also Goldman, notices Mila kind of trip over her own foot when she sees the body. Goldman's
strange.
eyebrows kind of raise up, but he doesn't say anything.
Just give it a look for a second, then again, Goldman.
Come in.
What?
So, come in.
I'm gonna kind of seem rattled
Okay.
and just
Make me
sorry.
either charisma or manipulation, whichever you have better,
Neither.
And-
I'm not good.
and subterfuge.
Okay, hold on. Charisma or manipulation? Oh, I have 2 charisma, so I guess I'll do
There you go.
that.
Go with charisma then.
What was the other one?
Subterfuge. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And keep in mind, you can re-roll these with your willpower. So.
Well, yeah.
Well, you got 2 success. You can't re-roll them actually because they're blood dice. So.
Yeah.
Well, and I only have 2.
So yeah, you're pulling off the oh my God, there's a body there. Look, to help cover your failure. Yeah.
I'm just acting like, well, I had no idea, and I'm not real used to just seeing dead,
Uh-huh.
out of nowhere. I mean, we've dealt with stuff, but just,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? And I'll just kind of, not really look at it, if it's bothering me.
Uh-huh. So
I
that cover will work for everybody except for Jessica, and who knows about Goldman.
Okay.
How much insight do you need for that to not work?
4.
Dang it.
I mean, you can make the roll if you want. Go ahead and just, make me a wits and insight roll.
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Yeah, so no, you guys didn't notice. To you,
Okay.
it looks like she managed to cover it up. But I'm not going to make Jessica roll. That's, that's her specialty, is reading people. So.
Isn't it weird to Jack and Hector knowing that Mila is totally comfortable around dead bodies?
Well, I
See
mean,
that reaction.
yeah.
So can we get a
Just-
modifier on that roll?
I think maybe it's just interpret as Milo must be off her game or something.
Well, and
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not.
You weren't expecting to find a body in the fucking bank boardroom.
It's more of that. I'm just I'm trying to play off I am shocked, but to just play off that I'm shocked and I feel genuinely bad that there is a dead person here, as opposed to, you know what I mean?
I guess also we were already kind of anxious about why are we getting called here, and this isn't a good way to start off the meeting.
It just ultimately
Goldman starts writing the table.
Okay.
You said who?
I said Goldman is starting to write the table.
Oh.
Write the table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pick it back up. Set it on its legs.
Okay. At first, I thought you said he's starting to ride the table. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, that's a very strange behavior.
He was a Malkavian all along.
Let's just give you some privacy.
So he gets the table set back up, and then he gently lifts the body up and puts her back on the table.
Who is she?
What
An
happened?
associate of mine. A close associate of mine. Have a seat. He picks up one of the chairs and then sits at the head of the table. Sit.
I'm going to purposely sit next to Jessica.
Okay.
Just make sure I'm on one of her sides.
I take a seat closer to Goldman than I normally would.
Okay.
So between the body and him.
Mm-hmm. For the rest of this scene, we're going to make one roll for the scene. I want everybody, including Goldman, to roll me an charisma and etiquette roll.
Is there any way I can get
How much
these
charisma
pictures?
do I have?
What'd you ask, Jinmi?
Okay.
Is there any way I can get these images on the bottom of the screen, because I have to? It's just a little bit of.
I don't know what you have on the bottom of your screen.
On roll 20, yeah. If you have a smaller screen, I had to switch it over to my bigger screen.
Yeah, you can't release.
Everybody's icons from our player icons.
I moved those up to the top. I don't like them on the bottom.
I don't
Yeah,
even know. Like, how
put
do
the
you like?
icons on the top.
That would be appreciated.
I don't know how to do that.
Goldman is not keeping
I
himself
think
together
you
very
right
well.
click on an icon. No. Let's see. How did you move
You
that?
could. It's showing I can drag it, but wherever I
in
drag
the
it, it just goes right
settings,
back down.
in the settings, you know, the settings cog over by your chat window.
Right.
Somewhere in one of these menus is a. It didn't used to look like this, so I don't know where it is. Miscellaneous, maybe. I don't know. Somewhere in there. Just search around for it. Oh, audio and video. That's where it'll be. Video display. Yeah. Player avatar size. Then you pick its size.
Your
Oh,
avatar size?
And player video avatar location. I have it on top. If you put it on top, then it gets out of the way of all your. It should
Okay.
not be default on bottom. Bottom was gross.
Better that
Still
way.
kind of in the way, but.
Yeah, there's really a way you can
We
fix
And
do
then
it.
you
names
can
only.
even
Get rid of the
like tell it
avatars.
to be. You could tell it to hide avatars too, and only have names up there.
Yes. Yeah, you can do that
Names
too.
only.
Do that.
Oh, cool.
All right, let's do that.
Really, right now, the only one of us who uses video is Sestonn.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So you guys
Unless you want to see my half drunk face.
you guys all
what's
take
the- I know,
seats
I
around
remember.
the. Oh yeah, I want you guys to all make your.
It was etiquette and what?
Etiquette plus charisma.
Charisma.
Can I rouse my
You know,
charisma
if you
before
want, you
we?
can. Yes, you can. But you
Will
guys can
anybody
use
notice?
composure instead of charisma if you want to.
Oh dang it!
Will
Can I
anyone
reroll
notice
them?
if I rouse?
No, I don't think so.
It's
Oh,
not
what's our
detectable.
hunger starting at?
Whatever it was
Are we
last time.
still-
In
Oh.
fact,
We
it's
wanna
a
make
new
sure.
day, so you guys all should have
Ooh.
made a
Oh,
rouse
see, I
check to
could
see
have
if you're
done
hungrier.
composure instead of charisma.
Okay.
Yeah, you could have.
I rolled a.
Oh.
I rolled 2 10s.
Oh, that's 4.
So nice.
So
I
we should
only
all
rolled-
also made a rouse check
Okay.
for the day to see if we're hungry.
Yes,
I
you
like
guys
the
should all
first
do
roll
that
better.
too.
So I got 2 hungers. Now I just roused and I'm at a 3 of hunger now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
so I rolled. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, does my charisma become 4 now? I got a 2 modifier because I
You
roused.
get +2 to the die roll. It's not really on the stat. You just when it's the modifier, you put +2.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
On the okay, so that I have 3 that didn't, but you can't redo hunger dice. Is that right?
You can't redo hunger dice.
So I can only redo 1.
I'm at 4 hunger.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are probably
Oh,
all going to
shit.
need to eat. This is like our 3rd or 4th session in a row with none of you eating. So
It's like you get so focused on what you're doing,
I
you're
didn't
even.
realize the beginning of the scene either.
right. Okay. Well,
No,
I mean,
no, I-
most of you are doing okay on your etiquette rolls. The one who actually is doing the worst is Goldman, and that makes perfect sense for his current situation. So he does not seem his calm, composed, regular self at all. He doesn't seem very, you set the table back up and you guys are sitting at it, but everything official seems to be out the window in this situation. Out of 7 dice, you rolled 1, and he's not using willpower to fix it. He's just keeping his 1.
Okay. So I don't try to re-roll my re-roll.
Okay. So everybody's sitting.
Yes.
Okay. He leans over onto the table, and he's still looking at the body. Not really at you guys.
This
She
was
was a
more
friend
than
of mine.
just an associate to you.
She was a friend of mine. More than just an employee or a servant. She was a friend. She was important to me. Very important to me. She
Do you have any?
represented something of who I am. And that's gone now. Someone took her from me. And there are many options, many possibilities of who that person was. And then he pulls out of his pocket a black rose and throws it down onto the table. You know, he tosses it onto the table. This was found with the body. This is James's usual symbol that he had the assassination done. But, like I said, it's a usual symbol. Anyone could have copied it. And we're in a situation right now where maybe someone might have wanted to copy it and have me go kill James right now. So.
Okay.
I want you to investigate this and make sure it's not Rodrigo. That's your job. Find the Sabbat. Get them out of the city, right? You do that. You investigate this. You make sure that it's not Rodrigo or the Sabbat or Felix.
That seems
I'm going to look into
fair.
James. I'm going to look into Vincent. I'm going to look into the Rat King. And whoever did this is going to be destroyed.
Okay.
Okay, so just to confirm, we are looking into Rodrigo and only Rodrigo.
If you find any information, I would greatly appreciate it being shared with me.
So, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to examine the body, if that's okay.
That's why I brought you here, yes.
Can I just check the wounds, check the, just everything about it.
She's been
Check the
dead for
rose as
about
well.
48 hours.
Okay. I guess you want me to make an intelligence investigation roll?
Yeah.
No.
6?
Well,
You got 3?
Yeah.
You got 4.
3, 6, 6, 6.
Yeah, that's neat. You got 4. One of your 100 guys.
yeah.
Man, you guys are all
Okay,
stars.
yeah, I rolled all 6s.
Yeah.
4 6s.
Okay,
4
so
6s.
4 6s.
That's a good sign.
What you can tell is she was slashed with a knife from behind. And then someone attempted to put her out of her misery and stabbed her with the same knife into the forehead. You can tell from the blood all over her clothes. She was trying to scream and drowning in her own blood. And then who did it stabbed her in the forehead as if she was a zombie in a zombie movie. Because that's the fastest way to kill a zombie.
Are there even zombies in this game?
Yeah, actually.
We're
Sorry.
certainly
One of the
skilled,
vampire
whoever they
clans
were.
has necromantic powers.
Okay.
And then, of course, the mages can do anything they want.
Well, they were skilled, whoever they were. Caught her by surprise.
Okay, Mila, I want you to make, as he compliments the work, I want you to make a composure and subterfuge roll.
Oh,
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
Come on, man.
I smile on the inside.
Yeah, you're smiling on the inside. You're trying to keep it from showing. And you got it pretty
What
well
about
under
the
control.
what about the rose? Just a normal black rose?
Yeah. I don't know what a black rose is in real life. You know, I don't know if it's painted or if they fucking dye it or if they grow a black rose. Whatever the fuck a black rose is in real life, that's what it is.
Well, there is no true black rose.
Isn't it like
Or is
if
there
it's
no
died?
true blue rose?
Isn't it like if
Or
it's there's two,
either?
you dye it or you just like dry it up?
Either way, it is what it
It's
is.
gonna be kind of dried up because it's been 2 days.
Oh,
In fact, the lady's kind of dried up too.
Goldman, do you know
She's got a
where
pretty powerful smell coming out of her.
Goldman, do you know where her body was found?
In her home.
The scene of the assassination
In her home.
or crime?
He stands up. Come with me. I'll take you.
Right?
Roses commonly called black roses are technically a very dark shade of red, purple, or maroon.
Okay.
Oh,
Wikipedia.
Mm.
All right. He walks to the door, holds the door open for you guys.
Sonic.
It didn't seem to be a question.
yeah.
He says to one of the guards, "Have them pull my car around." Yes, sir. All right.
So
Everybody going?
Craig's gonna look at Jack. Yeah. And he's gonna just kind of like in a calm, like a low voice. He's like, "So was she fed on?"
No. Not that I could tell. If they were gonna
How-
feed, why would they cut her throat so all her blood could leave her body? Unless
Do
it's technically feasible, someone could have done that and then drink directly from
you
her
find
jugular.
You find no evidence of that, but you know it would be kind of difficult to find.
Yeah.
There would probably be more evidence at the
So,
site
how-
than on the body. But you find no evidence.
so
of
how
that.
do these? So how do these assassinations work? Like if it's vampire and vampire, is there like a point to feed and not to feed, or is it like, is there any custom with it?
Typically, it's in poor taste to kill those that you feed them, but it just depends on the circumstances. But anything that brings undue attention is frowned upon.
Oh, I'm asking because in a movie I saw once, a guy said that you hit them and then there's nothing else. You just leave. So I don't know. That just means it could be like a random thing, or I don't know.
Well, it seems that this person was very important to Goldman, so it's probably not random that they were killed by being literally stabbed from behind.
All right, and Craig just kind of like
We need to see the scene of the crime.
Okay. In the car, we will use the same limousine. He is not here. Goldman is here though, but I'm not going to transfer the picture. Okay. You are in the. And he says, take me to Valerie's house. He tells the driver. Yes, sir, Mr. Goldman. Yes, sir. And you guys all get in. What did you find on the body? What
Is
did
that
you
Goldman
find?
asking?
Yes. Yeah, that's Goldman asking. What did you find on the body?
Nothing besides the wounds themselves. Nothing else was of note, fortunately. Which is why hopefully the scene will give us more information.
Can you tell how much she suffered?
She wouldn't have immediately died with the first wound, but She was then the strike to the forehead was a coup de grace. That would have immediately killed her. She would have ceased to feel pain once that happened. So she likely died in a matter of a few seconds from start to finish of the attack. Her suffering was brief, but she
Okay.
did likely feel some pain.
Thank you. Thank you for your honesty. What about the rest of you? Do you have any opinions on this? Any information or knowledge you want to share? His eyes go
Bright,
to everybody
Bright says,
one
looks
by
like it was
one
a
by
messy
one
hit.
by one. Bright does what?
Bright says it looks like it was a messy hit, really.
And then
Not very
his eyes
professional.
fall on Mila, and he holds your gaze for longer than he did with anybody else.
If they wanted to be quick with it, they could have gone straight for the head. A little harder, but with, the strength that we have, they could have done it with ease. But maybe that was part of it, was a messy scene to go along with the rose for the message.
Could have
I
been
mean,
a brawl. Could have
if
been a
this
brawl
is
too.
Oh,
if
well,
this was Rodrigo doing, then it could have been, to aggravate your anger so as to start conflict.
That tracks.
That reminds me,
Also,
you should also investigate how she came on the radar of whoever this was. Maybe you can find them that way.
okay. But also, it's possible that if it was Rodrigo attempting to set up Prince James, I imagine that he might have tried to do more to make it even more infuriating. I guess, to put it the simplest way. But maybe this was what they decided was the most believable. It was an assassination. It's hard to say,
Good point.
especially not until we see the scene. Maybe figure out the manner of infiltration and such, because you said it was her house.
Well, it's clear that whoever did this was trying to provoke you into action.
Yeah, that's what I think too. So I want to know
I
how they
fail to
got
see
her.
what James would get from this. And I feel like we were close to getting you all to talk together, so.
James wants what I have. What he had. He wants it back. He needs it back.
To be frank, he stands at a weaker position in conflict, so it seems to me that pushing you into conflict would be adverse to his strategic aims.
Unless he expected me to frenzy. Maybe go at him myself.
I suppose so.
Who would stand to gain from you frenzying and destroying James?
Oh, you think I would destroy James if I frenzied? I'd like to think
You are a
that
powerful
I'd like to
vampire.
think that's what would happen. No, he is a pretty great warrior. Probably one of the top Toreador combatants of his entire clan. He's a master duelist in every weapon that was ever used in a duel. Swords, pistols, Wild West revolvers, that was kind of his specialty. Anything that's ever been used in a duel he's specialized himself in. Now this could definitely have been his plan.
Oh, so.
Try to lure me in without an arm. Make me angry enough to challenge him to a duel myself.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions. Driver, how close are we to the scene?
Almost there, sir.
Who would have gained the most from having you and James in a weaker position?
Vincent.
Rodrigo.
Vincent, the spot. Whether Rodrigo is here or not, the spot, Rodrigo or Archbishop Felix Valdez. Even Valentina would benefit. Though, in all honesty, I don't think it would be her. She has so little actual ambition. That woman is quite pure, like an animal. Her ambition is only to feed and to sleep and to procreate. And the car pulls up at a house.
Right.
This is a pretty nice house. It's out on the west side, kind of over by the area where James lives. And it's a nice family home. It would be comfortable for a family of, 5 or 6. It's like in the top about 10 percentile or so of fancy homes in the city. Around the 10th percentile. So there are definitely, nice big fancy mansions that outdo it. But as far as a middle class home goes, it was like upper middle class.
Right. Get everyone in, I suppose?
Yep. And you guys all go inside.
Prince James
Prince
is here.
James is not here.
That'd be a strange twist.
I believe this is the same room we used for her house. I'm not positive, but I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we use this room for mine.
Yeah, we used it for a lot of things. I'm pretty much using this room for inside of a house. So.
Okay. You need.
So, yeah,
So
you guys. He goes in first. He opens the door. He has a key. And he opens the door.
In which room was she found?
You find it right away. Like in the living room, I believe it was. Her keys were put down. And you find, you find the scene. You find the blood on the floor. Not very far from the staircase that leads to the second floor.
Okay, can I just look around and see? I mean, the blood stains are blood stains, but can I look around and see if there's anything out of place or see a place where maybe the killer could have entered from? Or just anything like that. Anything like this, like a trace.
Okay. I want you to make an intelligence investigation, and I want Mila to make an intelligence stealth.
Shouldn't that?
That's a new one.
Shouldn't that 10 count as 2 successes?
No. If you roll 2 10s, it counts as 4. If you only do 1, it counts as 1.
Oh, that's right. It's the weird rule.
Yeah, it is a weird rule.
Two
10s makes it a critical. One. That's why. 2 10s makes it a critical, and then those 2 successes count as 4. So
I'm gonna willpower reroll just 1 dice.
Okay.
Still fails. 3 success.
Okay. Lynn doesn't beat you. So, Mila, you can tell him where you entered from. He finds it eventually.
So tell him like that I'm noticing it, or I think.
No, you're gonna tell him where Mila entered from when this scene happened.
Like, out of character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good question. I imagine I would probably have looked for a window that opened, or a lock. Would I have lockpicking? Would have been
What's your larceny rating?
larceny? None. I have 3
Yeah, you probably
streetwise.
don't have. Yeah, you probably didn't lockpick your way in then.
Okay, so I probably found a window.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
You might have even broke the window.
I was gonna say, or even broke the window if there wasn't one. So I guess there's either a shattered window or an open window.
And
Maybe a
if it was
scratched
open,
out
you never
screen.
closed it?
Oh no, that's true. I would close it.
Yeah, so she closed it, but she closed it when she left from the outside, and it's not closed, perfectly.
Oh, the latch at the top is still...
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh-huh. So you're
Interesting.
you're not 100% on it without security cameras or DNA evidence, but yeah, it looks like someone entered and then exited through this window.
Is there any security footage? I know they have those new fancy doorbells and such. Anything like that, Goldman?
Yeah, she. I mean, he doesn't know. I don't know. You look at him and he is wiping blood tears out of his eyes, and he turns away from you. I don't know. She has the best security. She has the
If this
best
is hard for
security.
you,
I don't
then
know how it works.
if this is hard for you, then maybe it's best we speak outside.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. And I just look to the youngest person in the room. So I look at Krieg. I'm like, you're good with tech. Well, sort of. Do you see anything that looks like a remote door? Like what do they call them?
Door cam?
Yeah, any door cam, anything that associated with that.
Can I go outside and check the front door, to see if there was a camera?
Yeah, there's a doorbell camera. There's one of those
Yeah.
dumbass doorbell cameras. Yep, everybody has now.
So Craig points it out. Is like, yeah, it's this little thing right here.
So I guess there's I don't know how that shit works in real life. I'm poor. Is it on app on your phone, or do you have a panel by the door on the inside, or both, or what?
And then it could be too, like, what do you call it, where they have, like, they can watch it too, like another company can actually, like, watch it if they detect something too, and then send help or call for the police as well.
Or put it on their YouTube channel. I've seen Ring put doorbell footage on their YouTube channel.
Yeah.
True story.
I have too. I saw like pizza drivers come and take people's Amazon packages off their porch.
One point of technology would know about.
About what?
Would know all about.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't mind sharing where that would be.
Well, I mean, she didn't knock on the door or come in through the front door or anything, so there's nothing there.
Yeah. Okay, but person likely entered through the window. Do I see any tracks or anything like a shoe print or any fingerprints, anything I can get as like evidence of their infiltration?
Let's see. You did beat her stealth. So... just by 1, though.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, doing this, so I wouldn't like. I'd wear gloves and.
Yeah. Yeah, but there could still be a shoe size imprint in carpet. Things like that. So, like, yeah, I mean, you find a few things that are definitely not clear. Like a shoe imprint in the carpet that, you know, it doesn't tell you very much except for the size of the shoe, which is really not that big. Could be a woman.
Yeah.
It also
Well,
could have
shoe
been.
size.
It also could be her fucking shoe.
Could be. The assassin might have been a smaller person. The light frame might not even be them. Is there anything else around the house that gives
It
me
looks like she
any...
just came home. Her bed isn't messed up. The couch isn't messed up. It looks like she just came home and, like, put her keys down on the counter and was attacked. Someone waited for her to arrive. It wasn't random.
Well, suppose. One last thing is I would like to see if I can see anything around the house that sort of gives me an idea of like what her relationship was to Goldman, but like without Goldman sort of noticing.
In the bedroom, you do find a picture of her much younger. And it's a picture of them together, like from... it's like an 80s camera, like an 80s picture.
Now, are we all following him around while he's looking?
I don't know. If you want to be. If any of you want to be doing that, then that's what you're doing. Goldman is not. He's staying in the main room where the pool of blood is.
I'm staying next to my charge.
Okay.
Craig he wants to ask Goldman. Excuse me, Mr. Goldman.
What? What is it, Craig?
I'm kind of new at this, but would there be anything that would identify like a professional, like somebody in the vampire world, as opposed to somebody, say, like the Sabbat, who's just kind of trying to manipulate it from outside?
That's still the vampire world.
What are you...
I mean the kindred world. Sorry.
What's your question?
Well, so I saw this show once, and they found that they thought it was a political assassination, but they realized that it wasn't, because the guy who did it, he shot the bodyguards first instead of going right for the target. And if it was an assassination, of course you would go for the target first. Is there anything like that would stick out, like somebody who's outside looking in might try?
That seems like a deeply complex...
Yeah.
I mean, he's...
Somebody targeted me by removing her. Yes. Yes, that's what happened.
While they're saying that, do I find anything else up in the bedroom or just around that like connects her to Goldman? Or is that photo really it?
There's actually a couple of other photos from different... there's a photo from when she was young with her parents and also with Goldman. There's a photo of her with her children, and also with Goldman, and with her husband.
Oh,
That was from 20, 30 years ago. He has been a
just
part
say
of her
to-
life her whole life.
mm,
But there's only a few pictures. You don't find anything else.
all right. I just
And none of
say
these
to
pictures are they're that one picture that you saw in the bedroom is the only one that's kind of actually displayed.
Mhm. I
There's
just
not
say
a
to
bunch
Jessica.
of there's not a bunch of pictures in the hallway showing that she's been friends with this guy who hasn't aged her whole fucking life.
Mhm.
You know, that's not there. The other pictures you found were like hidden in a closet.
I just say to Jessica, Hector, and Mila. I think he was. I think she's one of his family members. Obviously, far down the line, but
Yeah,
I
that
think
makes
she's
sense.
his family.
That would make sense why he's reacting the way he is.
His family.
Hmm.
Well, whoever sent that assassin. I hope it's not James. I hope that this isn't something he would do. Who knows? Well, I can't find anything else here. I might check the outside, but otherwise I'm pretty much done. So if there's anything any of you want to try, feel free. I start walking downstairs.
I kind of give Mila a sideways look. Just pointing toward my head. I'm like, come on, follow him out.
I'm gonna like kind of one shoulder shrug it and then follow.
Okay, you guys exchanged a glance. Okay, back in the car.
Just
Driving
like,
back to the
yeah,
bank.
I have an announcement to make.
Okay.
The killer is someone among us in this very room. Dun, dun, dun.
Goldman kills everybody in the car.
Oh no. Um,
His
sorry,
only
there wasn't
combat
more I could
stat.
do,
His
sir.
his only combat
Where's
stat is
the
fortitude.
maid with the candlestick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She got very creative to make it sharp enough to cut. It wasn't a knife; it was a candlestick.
It was a candlestick. Well, find who did this. I don't care. Find who did this. If it's Rodrigo, great. Do your job. If you find anything else, tell me. Tell me about it. I don't care what your position, who you're backing in this war, if you're maintaining neutrality. I don't care. I don't even give a fuck about being Prince right now. You find the person that did this, and I will give you everything I have. Understand? Nothing else fucking matters.
I'll do my best, sir, and I'm sorry for your loss.
I appreciate that. The car arrives at the bank. He opens the door and gets out, and turns and looks inside the car at you guys. You can find your own way home, yes?
Yeah.
And he turns around and goes walking into the bank.
Oh, guys.
Well, if we didn't need anything else to add on our plate, now we've got to figure out who did this. Well, if we can.
You have
There are no
another
clues.
weapon, too. You found secret evidence that Goldman has revealed himself to humans and broke the masquerade.
Yeah.
So you have that as well. In fact, if Prince James ordered this, that might be why. To reveal a masquerade breach.
Hmm. But it's a relatable masquerade breach. That can't.
Yep, you
That's
didn't
just
even do that
mean.
though. You made her a ghoul. He didn't, or at least maybe he did fucking 100 years ago, but he didn't. He let it go and didn't keep doing it, and did what you're not
Yeah.
supposed to do.
Well, one day, Jack's probably gonna crack and talk to his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then he's gonna have a problem then.
Yeah. Good thing he's not me.
Okay. Well, we can stop here, and you guys can decide, what your next steps are and what you want to do. But how was that? Did I deliver an emotional episode? That was my attempt.
It was
Yep.
definitely tense.
Yeah, you feel bad for Goldman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bad for
Yeah,
him.
And knowing as the audience that it was Prince James ordering it, you kind of think that maybe that guy's a shit prick. Yeah. I'm trying to
just surprised
confuse
he's a
you all
fighter.
over the place. What?
I didn't think. I mean, I knew he was a cowboy, but I didn't think he was he could fight and stuff. But I guess tour radio, you want to experience new stuff. I guess that was kind of
Corridor are
part of
all
it.
about art, and you guys know that his art is dueling. He's got all kinds of dual paraphernalia all over everything.
Oh,
Yep.
that never
In
clicked.
fact,
for
he
Craig
died
for
in
me.
a duel when they went to his house, his family's house. They found like a little shrine, historical shrine. This is our ancestor who died in a duel.
Yeah. Except he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Convenient way to kill yourself repeatedly.
Yeah.
And then you have to go into hiding for a while until your next. But then again, back then people didn't live longer than 20 or 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but nowadays too,
Like an old
there's
lady
always.
now.
But like nowadays, there's.
Nowadays, theirs. Sorry.
But nowadays, there's always like pictures or something about like time travelers or people who look just like these ancient ancestors, or they look just like people who lived in the past that they're not related to. So I mean, like a vampire could probably just keep doing that over and over again, and it just explain that that's just
So
they have the same genes.
So really, it's just vampires.
Yeah, or you could just say it's vampires, but.
So they're not time traveling ancestors. They're just vampires.
They just change their name every once in a while. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, he could possibly be one of the most famous duelists in history, and it's just when he gets tired of that persona, he just lets it get killed and then sneaks off. That would
Like
make
Billy
sense.
the Kid.
Is that what Billy the Kid
Actually, I
did?
don't know. No, I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Depends on who you ask.
Like Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's still alive. I saw that Bubba Hotep documentary.
Okay. Anybody else have anything you want to say or do before we close this out? Everybody gets experience, by the way.
Are we
I
continuing?
really liked it. Go ahead, Mel.
Are we continuing from right like at this point, or?
Yeah. Yeah, the night's still fairly young. It's about midnight now.
Okay.
Well, it's
Yeah.
probably a little
I'd
later than that.
probably head us back
It's-
over to James once.
It's later than that.
his
You guys
blood
could
is
finish. You guys could wrap up the night. It's later. Jack probably spent an hour or so in the house at least. So, it could be as late as you guys want it to be. If you guys wanted to end the night and start a new night next time, you can.
Mila wants to find a way to go see James without them knowing.
Okay. Excuse yourself. You have to go eat.
Which is not too far from the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I gotta eat too, like bad.
Yes, why don't you
Everybody's
guys
gonna eat.
just break
Yeah.
with a few hours left of the night? You guys can all go on your own personal hunts, and then you can get back together the next night.
Oh wait,
Okay.
one question: Did Jack explain to everybody else what he saw in that? Well, I think Craig was the only one who wasn't in the room. Did Jack tell Craig what he saw about the portraits?
I don't know.
How discreet is
Yeah.
Jack?
Yeah, like is he sharing that with Craig? Or?
Oh, I told everybody that I think he like his family.
Mhm.
What would have been the purpose of him telling Craig years later?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Craig stayed down with Goldman, I mean, we can catch him up in the car.
Yeah.
As we're leaving the bank.
Okay. Lynn, you want to do your scene with James as our close?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. Mila goes to see James. You meet him in the rose garden in his backyard. The party is
Okay.
over. The house is quiet. The neighborhood is quiet. Everything is quiet. And he is trimming back roses.
So does he know I'm there or not?
Uh,
Do
Okay.
you announce your presence or not?
Well, I'm saying like did
you know,
somebody
he
try to
knows you're
him?
coming,
Okay. All right.
so he made himself available.
Okay.
There's no
Um.
guards. He seems to trust you.
Okay. Okay. I'm here.
Good. What did you
It
need?
seems we have a little bit of a situation. Um,
What's that?
Goldman called us over to investigate who murdered that woman.
Okay. What's the problem?
So, well, now the coterie and everybody is investigating who did it.
Are they gonna find anything?
Gosh.
I mean, not really, I guess. We went to the house. Jack found evidence that he thinks maybe it was a woman, possibly. I guess he doesn't really know necessarily for sure. Goldman, I believe he might know. He kept kind of eyeballing me, and
Oh, that's not
I
good.
don't know. No, and I mean, I don't know for sure. He could. I don't know. But he is really mad, obviously, and he basically wants whoever did it to die.
Not bad
So if he
enough
finds out,
to come ask me face to face. He sent his herald.
well, yeah, and then he's sending us to. He wants us mostly to investigate Rodrigo. And then of course, if we find anything else out, to let him know.
Well, it would be nice if you find any evidence that could point towards Rodrigo that you pointed that way. That would be nice. But
Okay.
you left the rose, right?
I did. Do you have any extras that maybe I could plant
Why?
or something to make it look like maybe he did do it? I don't know.
What would you do with it? These roses will point at me.
Right, but if he because it was brought up that maybe he did it to make it look like you did it.
He's not even really here, and he's taking credit for my work, for our work.
Yeah.
Well,
But I mean, we could make it look like that's what happened. I don't know. I don't know a lot about how to go about it.
how well have you searched her house?
I mean,
How well did Jack search her house?
um, he searched the actual like crime scene part of it pretty well, and he looked a little bit through like her bedrooms and stuff.
Okay.
That's about it.
She should have evidence that will point to Goldman's break of the masquerade.
Yes, we did find pictures.
You found that already.
Yes.
Yeah. Bring that to light. Bring it to me.
Mhm.
Bring it to me, and this whole thing is over. He stands up, dusts his hands. Bring me that evidence, and I will show the Camarilla that he has broken the first tradition. We will put him to death, and the city will be safe with me as its prince.
Okay. Okay.
You've done great. I'll let you know if I have another task for you.
Okay. I'll get you the picture.
And there we will fade to black. Everybody gets experience. Oh my god. Oh my god. And dun dun dun. So,
Just 1 point from editing.
what's the thoughts on what's going on?
I feel like
Vampire intrigue.
Dun, dun, dun.
You know,
Who
like
So yeah, that
Dex-
was the
What?
they're
whole thing.
hold on. Hey, how much experience is it to up your skill? It's 5 per thing if you have it already, right?
To up your skill, it is
Yeah.
3 times what the new level is going to be. So if you're buying
Okay.
the third dot, then it'll be 9. Now, in order to purchase a skill, the story has to have, been there, led there.
Well, yeah, so I'm thinking that she, watched Jack investigate her scene and she realized some places that she could do better. So would that up her stealth?
Yeah, we can do that. Yes.
Okay.
Or larceny.
So if that
I'll
was,
also allow you to buy the first dot of larceny if you want.
Makes sense, trying to hide what you've done.
I'll also allow you to buy the first dot of subterfuge.
yeah, no, and that might be better too, because I gotta really learn how to lie and quick.
I thought that was like the first one an assassin would get.
She wasn't
Well,
born an assassin.
Second.
She was made an assassin and thought it was cool, so kind of picked it up.
Yeah, I was like, being a vampire is badass.
Yeah.
Kill
Yeah.
people.
The idea being of, I'm there, I'm gone, they'll never talk to me.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that makes sense.
sometimes my stupid friends are going to investigate my murders? I didn't know that was going to happen.
Not like Dexter. It's like, oh shit.
No, my God, yeah.
Like, at least I'm not doing the blood splatter analysis, because that would have been rough.
Yeah, at least you did a good job with it.
I was
That would
just,
have been awkward. I'm like, then the killer.
I'm like,
Milo.
always quiet, so I'm just gonna be quiet. Because I was like,
yeah. So where we end, you guys have all the power if you want to put out Goldman. So, I mean, that's up to Milo. Milo, can share that information to you, but Jack should already realize that as well.
Yeah.
Well, that could be an
Don't put
intelligence roll.
agency on us.
Well, he was acting as the sheriff's as the sheriff's hound for a
But
while.
that's
so
the thing, though. You could, if you're not sure how things are going to react, you could just have it be a roll, determine which direction
No,
you're going to
he
go.
knows. He knows that the masquerade was broken, and he knows that what the punishment for that is. He was helping enforce it. That's the sheriff's job. The sheriff enforces the traditions.
So, yeah.
Oh, how did Rodrigo do it last time? Like, how did he play them last time? Was there a specific
He had
kind of like tactic?
He had.
I know it was with spies, but like
Yeah, he had spies. He had a person who was of a middle grade officer in both the Ventru and the Bruja. Both kept like blaming each other until they went to war. That's pretty much all it was.
oh.
Never
Okay.
underestimate a good sniping.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, anybody have anything you want to say before we stop the recording?
Good
Yeah,
time.
Bright didn't mean to be snippy. I'm just saying that's kind of what he would have thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
I'm wondering, can we I've been wondering whether I should spend points to get my first level of etiquette, but then again, I mean, out of
You could,
anybody,
given
Hector's
this
like
situation.
Hector's an,
Yeah, given the situation we had tonight, you could if you want to buy it.
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm just
There was
wondering,
a
is like
one
I
dot
can't.
and then-
Part of me would rather not, but at the same time, I'm like, because Hector's more of like the anarch and doesn't really give a shit about etiquette
Right.
that much.
Right.
But is it unsafe to roll with zero etiquette? Like,
Right. Maybe he should just learn a little, so he makes a little less fool.
what
of
does
himself.
zero etiquette mean, though?
It
Like,
means that you
I
have.
can't function with the basics of.
Yeah, it means that you
Charisma, though, right?
you pick your feet in court. Yeah.
It's kind of like you just don't.
I mean, I
you
think
don't provide
you'd have.
you don't provide us as the respect to a certain area, and
Yeah,
I don't
with,
know how
with
Hector
zero,
is.
you have really no real understanding of what you're supposed to say, what you're supposed to do.
Is
It
that
just
weird
You
for
you understand
for
that
a,
you're supposed
a
to be
coterie that's
respectful and
supposed to be the
polite.
watchman?
Yeah, it's not that you don't know you're supposed to be respectful and polite. Everybody knows that. You just, anyone who's actually looking for you to have proper etiquette notices that you don't have it and you embarrass yourself. But if you're not a person who gets embarrassed by that bad, then, you don't. But they also might not use you as a tool to go talk to other people because, you embarrass the people that you're speaking as.
being a representative.
Yeah, that you're that you're being a
Yeah, but
representative.
me being Bruja and an anarch, like that doesn't really matter, does it?
No, it could. It doesn't mean that everybody doesn't have it, but it does mean that maybe you wouldn't bother. Yeah.
I
So,
mean, you have
it's up to
shown
you.
deference before.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's just the function of my common sense.
Eh?
Not knowing, I mean, not necessarily me having taken the time to learn the etiquette and stuff like that. So I guess he wouldn't get it unless it's something that a watchman coterie would, by necessity, everybody should have at least 1 point just because
I
of the
think
nature
by
of the job.
necessity, at least one of you should have a couple points, but you don't. So it's kind of funny. You guys need like more of
Someone
a
should be the
public
face.
face character. Yeah. You need someone who would be more like, let me go talk to the prince, But you guys you've all had a close relationship with the prince from the beginning, so it's not really missing. It's missing when you go talk to been true and it's missing when you go talk to Toreador. But your prince is actually, at least Prince James, is not that hung up on it. Or he at least doesn't laugh to your face.
Yeah.
Face.
Any of us have 1 point in etiquette?
Yeah, I don't think so.
What's that?
I don't think so.
I don't.
I don't.
I do. I have one.
Okay.
Oh.
It did not come in very handy today, but I have it.
I'm gonna have to duck out, guys. It was fun. It was fun playing tonight.
Yeah,
Ed,
good stuff.
thanks for coming, man.
Bye.
Yep.
No problem. All right. Bye.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of want to get Hector one etiquette point, but at the same time, I don't see him as the guy who would be the talking to people like as a representative of the group. He's more
Well,
like the muscle
yeah.
and the
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's
I mean,
so
but Hector
I don't
is-
think I'd want to be the lead guy to be like I'd
Well,
get one
I
if
don't
everybody
think-
else had
I
two
don't
kind
think.
of.
Yeah. You want to make sure you don't have the most in the group. Yeah, I understand that.
but I mean, Hector is kind of like the more talkative one in the group.
A lot of times he is.
Him
You
and
think?
Jackson.
I try
I
to
mean,
keep
certainly
it.
Jack-
wasn't. He certainly wasn't tonight when you guys were all talking with the bigwigs and stuff. With Goldman.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
but-
was hanging
quiet.
back on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the one.
I mean,
of the
I
first,
just like I'm more talkative in the group. Like, hey, what is the next step that we're gonna take
Right,
in the
yeah.
group? That's when Hector speaks up.
Oh yeah.
But when we're talking with outside people, Hector doesn't really like interacting with anybody outside the group very much.
Yeah, but remember when we got Bright? I think it was when we got Bright, and Prince James, he paused, and it was specifically pointed out that he looked at Jack and Hector because they're the ones who talk the most. But then that was like one of my first few games, so I don't know. That was like you were on a recent talkative
It's
streak,
more
but I remember that.
two of them are not talk the most. They're more that they're like leaders.
The representatives.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hector tends to be more of like more of an action leader than anything, not necessarily a politics leader. But the reason that we interacted a lot with James is because we saved his ass as a coterie. So we interacted with James on some kind of like, shoulder to shoulder fighting type of deal.
Oh, okay.
That's why Hector feels
okay.
very comfortable talking to James, but not so
they
much
saved-
Goldman. And
They helped bring him back while he was in torpor hiding in a water heater. Empty water heater tank.
so if you think about it, Hector's got kind of a military mentality, like in that sense, or more like a warrior mentality. Like he gets along well with the people who he's fought alongside. But if you're not in his like circle of people that that has that kind of relationship with him, he's not gonna like. He doesn't talk unless he has to.
Yeah, etiquette isn't necessarily talk though. It's also like knowing where to sit, when to stand, what spoon to use for
Isn't
your
it
pudding.
like?
It's
Isn't it
all
like
that,
a lot
it's
of
all
the
that
military
stupid
stuff too?
nonsense, and it's also some military stuff. Yeah, but none of that stuff
At
really.
ease and
It would be for Hector to learn it. It would be something that he's trying to do on purpose to make less a fool of himself, and to be a little bit more efficient.
Right.
It wouldn't be because he's trying to become good at it. It would be because he's trying to suck at it less.
That's what I see it. But it's just like it. Again, it's like I think my mentality is going to be like if somebody goes and gets 2 points, then he might get one just so that he can not be the worst. But if the whole group is just completely uncouth, then he's not going to give a shit about that.
I think you guys are. Sounds like Mila has one.
Yeah, I took one because in the very she's had it from the start because she loves being a vampire and she wanted to learn about it and do everything correctly. And now I think it's handy too because she tries to get close to people that she has to kill, and sometimes that could come in.
I think I'm gonna hold off at this point on getting that point. I thought about it after tonight, but then I was like, nah, if nobody else has it and she's only got one, then
Yeah.
You guys really aren't
We're not
the
them.
classic vampire.
Okay.
Let's sit around in the club and make fun of each other, kind of vampires. With the cold threats and the backhanded compliments. That's not the kind of vampires you guys are.
Right.
No.
That's
Well,
a reason.
Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say that's the reason why composure doesn't really come out too much.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, because you guys aren't doing a whole lot of social combat.
Only when they find the body of the person you killed.
Right. Yeah.
I took subterfuge. So is that 3 or?
It's 3 for the first one. Yeah, 3 times the new
Okay.
level, and new level is 1.
Okay.
Did that surprise you? That's what the scene was about? Lynn?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, it did.
Awesome.
And then I was like, man,
Cool twist.
I could have done that lady better, but oh.
Villarreal? I mean, everybody, yeah.
When that
It was like another actor was doing them, but none of them do I do a really. There are only a couple of characters that I portray in a specific way. Most of my characters I just kind of play all the same. I'm not a good enough actor to bring all of these characters to life, which is another reason why when we're doing an NPC scene like this and I got 5 fucking characters, I like to not be them all. I hate doing that. I don't mind telling a story, but I don't like acting out 5 different guys talking to each other.
You need to see it from their side too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I
Like
mean,
be in it.
if you had Drago in there, it'd probably be a little bit more.
Oh, I would have
interesting,
played
'cause I
Drago.
think he's
Yeah,
one of the
I would have
characters.
played Dragos for sure. He's
Unlike
one.
that
He's one of
guy.
the characters that I gave personality to.
I like him.
But there's like no reason why he would be in there talking with
Yeah.
the rest
You
of them.
guys are just all sitting at the board meeting, and then in comes Dragos. Dragos is here. What the fuck? Dragos, those who killed lady. Okay, let's stop recording. Thank you for watching.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm going to push the stop button now. Stop.